This is definitely the biggest movie that I've ever done in my career in terms of its scale. Definitely the biggest movie I've ever done in terms of its ambition.
A great filmmaker like Christopher Nolan can do scope and action and fantasy, but also heart and humanity.
Christopher Nolan is back again with this fantasy film, The Odyssey. Zendaya and Matt Damon star in this film. While it's not necessarily brand new to theaters, fans really love it. Right now, it's currently competing at the box office with Spider-Man Brand New Day, though.
Chris and Hoyter never cease to surprise me.
If there's one thing they're gonna do, it's innovate and find new ways to create.
You know, from day one, everything was tough on this film, you know, physically tough. And the thing about Matt is he's an incredible actor and he's a wonderfully charismatic movie star with a really beautiful, empathetic ability to draw the audience in.
The story of The Odyssey follows the Greek hero Odysseus, his 10-year voyage home after the Trojan War, and his fight to reclaim his kingdom.
By sheer sort of will and excitement, before we knew it, we were up on cliffs with it and in boats, and every day of the shoot it became easier for us to work with.
Today we're going to go behind the scenes of the film and share some of the greatest moments from this project.
And so all of the hard things, all of the difficulties, whether it's sort of climbing up a mountain to start the day's work or being out on a boat in a pitching sea and getting soaked, you know, all of that. He enjoyed all of it and everybody could see he was leading from the front and he carries the rest of the cast, the whole crew with him. And yeah, it was, I think the film sort of, the experience of it would have been unthinkable without somebody like that.
My son was obviously like, because of Tom, and he couldn't speak. Yeah, but just joy, like, because you don't know who's going to be in, and then you're like, oh, wow, oh, love.
But before we get into more of these moments, today's trivia question. Christopher Nolan is well known for his past few projects, but what was the first project he worked on? Leave your answers in the comments down below and stick around till the end of the video to find out if your answer was correct.
This system of camera and the blimp took us about 2 years. When we first took Hoyter, where they were developing the camera, one of the first things that he pointed out to us was the eye lines that actors need to be able to look at each other. And because the blimp is so large, that wasn't possible anymore. But
from day one of Nolan's career, he has shared that he is great at filmmaking for numerous reasons. Matt Damon has gone into interviews answering questions regarding how certain shots were done.
I think really I felt that sense of privilege as I drove in the morning over the sand dunes on the beach at Morocco for the first day's shoot, or actually the test day. I've been briefly attached to direct Troy, which was David Benioff's script based on the Iliad, and he had included the Trojan horse in that script.
The people that we were working with are so adaptable, resourceful. They figured out how to do it.
Nolan famously favored a more practical, less computer-assisted approach to the Odyssey's major scenes. To capture the shot on location in Iceland, which stood in for the underworld, Nolan leveraged a large number of stunt actors and an equal number of snorkels.
It's a little over 10 miles of film, so it's the length of Manhattan.
We shot that, and so when you see these shades, they're ghosts, basically, rising up out of the black sand. They were really buried, Damon revealed.
Today we're rehearsing the Telemachus and Mentor fight scene. It happens on top of the ridge outside my castle. So we're just making sure that we have everything down before we climb an hour up the mountain.
Thanks to Nolan's vision, The Odyssey reached an impressive technical milestone. It is the first movie to be filmed completely using IMAX cameras.
There's a lot of urgency to that.
He goes the extra distance to make it feel authentic for us on set. And I think the IMAX is going to really allow the audience to feel like they are a part of this journey with us.
He knew that adapting Homer's The Odyssey for the screen would be a challenge, but it was one he was up for. By embracing the physicality of the real world in the making of the film, you do inform the telling of the story in interesting ways, Nolan said.
So I'd spent time thinking about, well, how would I do that? What did I want that to be? And I came up with this idea of the horse kind of sinking into the sand, about to be destroyed by the waves. Sort of the last thing you would imagine was intended to be, dragged into the city.
For example, The Odyssey was filmed using a new camera-built system. While the camera was notably quieter than others Nolan had used for films like The Dark Knight and Interstellar, it was still too loud to record dialogue clearly. To fix this, Nolan had a blimp system, developed a massive soundproof housing unit to dampen the camera's notoriously loud noise.
And I really wanted to make sure, it was almost like a golf hole. It's like we needed to hit the fairway so Matt could bring it home. Really felt a lot of pressure when we were doing those scenes.
Awesome, great, shoot it. But Chris is looking for why is it awesome and what makes these characters tick. Finding those little story pieces within the great action is what makes Chris so special.
Okay, we're gonna go.
Chris devised this mirror system, Damon said, so you would still feel the actor and know that they were in the room with you and feel them breathing. They were just as close as you, but you would play the whole scene to a mirror.
The camera, because of its size, was taken up by a helicopter. Once the film is taken out of the camera, it gets sent to Los Angeles. So Los Angeles was sort of their eyes and ears while they were shooting.
Here we are in the scanning and recording area. We're going to go through film scanning. Fred actually covers the scanning department and the film recording department.
For the scenes where Skyla snatches some of the audience's men out of the sea, George Cottle, the movie stunt coordinator, executed a stunt using 6 ratchets on the boat.
If you get behind Hoyte, you see him dancing around with the camera to get the right angle. Hoyte doesn't lift it himself. There are 2 people who lift it up onto his shoulder. He does his work, and then those same 2 people take it off his shoulder again.
So when you go to these places, you just feel it, and it just adds another layer to what it is that you're trying to express.
It was also talked about how Matt Damon did stunts as well. Shooting Matt's close-up, you strap him to the mast. We're out on a real boat, real water, sirens on the rocks, going past it, through the fog, all of that, Nolan said.
As you can see, the splicer is very old. It was built in 1955 just for one movie specifically.
Oklahoma.
Because at that time, that was the only 70mm print. In one reel, it takes sometimes about 3 days, 2 days, just to cut one reel.
Tom Holland even chimed in, praising Nolan for his vision on the film. The scale is so big. I think what's so special about Chris's movies is that he goes the extra distance to make it feel authentic for us on the set, which then makes it feel more authentic for the audience in the theater.
One of the actions actually scrapes a little bit of each side and then overlaps. When you overlap that, because you've scraped it, it doesn't increase the thickness of the film.
We can't splice it like this, so you do this. When we scrape, section of the emotion and section of the cell, it comes off.
There's a reason we call these things Odysseys, says Matt Damon. This is the Odyssey, and it really is a journey through all these incredible places, and is hopefully something that really profoundly entertains and moves people.
The wooden platter holds about an hour of material, so for a Hollywood release that's 2 to 3 hours long, it's going to take 2 or 3 of these. That will go out to the theater, and the local projectionist is going to splice 3 of these together onto one big 6-foot platter.
Clearly, Christopher Nolan has incredible viewpoints and really can think outside the box when it comes to filmmaking, and it shows.
And then arriving on set, and I was kind of late on in the schedule. I think I was. It felt like I was as a crew, and they'd been on this Odyssey. And yet his level of concentration and level of commitment and kindness and warmth and just being in that space without projecting ego, even though he's playing this role, was it's just so rare.
And as far as the answer to our trivia question, it was back in 1998 with the project, The Following, that Nolan had his hands in it. It was an independent crime thriller. Incredibly, the budget for that film was only $6,000, while it made over $120,000 in the box office. But we wanted to turn this around to you guys. What do you think about all these moments? Which one was your favorite? And what do you think of Zendaya's performance in this project?
There are parts of the world that I don't think I would even have ever seen or known about had it not been for this experience. As an actress, it's such a luxury to be in such an immersive space. I don't have to pretend like I'm on a boat. I am on the boat, like we are at sea. What a gift,
Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on for more videos just like this.
So this reel here weighs about 200 pounds, about 250 with the case, times 3. So you're at 750 pounds a shipment. If it's a local delivery, we could deliver them, let's say City Walk. If it's London, New York, obviously they go on special couriers that are used to delivering this type of gear.
That's it for today though. We'll see you all next time with a brand new video. Bye guys.
We use a sonic splice. We apply heat, which is ultrasonic. It's very hot and it melts it, and then this is the result. It will never come up. This is more like melting, and over there is more like glue. The thing is the material. This is not like the negative.